Now, let's talk about China. They are not our friend. They may be our partner in business, but they are not our friend in what we believe are the standards for the West. As you have heard by now, somebody from inside their Foreign Affairs Department, not their propaganda wing, but someone inside their government, inside their bureaucracy, tweeted out a fake photo, allegedly a cartoon, of an Australian soldier, image not real, flags of Australia and Afghanistan, image not real, lamb, image not real, baby not real, knife at baby's throat, not real. Now, this was put out by, as I said, a member of their government. And as you know with China, it ain't about free thinking. Nothing happens without someone somewhere saying, good job, well done, approve, approve, approve. Now, the Prime Minister, quite rightly, was understandably furious that this image is now out there for the internet and swirls around the internet virtually unchecked. Here's the PM in Canberra, understandably offended that our partner is doing this.
The post made today, the repugnant post made today, of an image, a falsified image, of an Australian soldier threatening a young child with a knife, a post made on an official Chinese government Twitter account, posted by the Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Lijian Zhao, is truly repugnant.
It is a low blow. But remember, China is at the moment trying to make Australia an example as a free-thinking state, that if we think freely, if we demand our sovereignty, if we say no, we'll sell stuff to China, but you can't come and take our educational institutions. You can't have a virus get out of control that kills more than 1 million people and destroys the Western world for virtually an entire calendar year. A virus that you knew was a problem because you shut down the domestic flights from Wuhan, but the international flights, the ones that were taking the cough, were doing so all over the world, including here into Australia. But we must be punished because we have embarrassed them. And this is a country that carries on like a crazy ex-girlfriend, like a psycho ex-boyfriend, who thinks that every comment is an insult and every comment is about them. Well, the Chinese have responded to our Prime Minister, responding to this Twitter post. This is one of their many, many spokespeople who, of course, does not speak freely, is handed a script. And the script today reads like this.
The Australian side is reacting so strongly to my colleague's Twitter. Does that mean that they think the cold-blood murder of Afghan innocent civilians is justified, while other people's condemnation of such crimes are not justified? Afghan lives matter. The Australian government should do some soul-searching.
What you are seeing is a term called gaslighting. This is a term when people say the most preposterous things that are the opposite of the truth, and when you blow up about what they have said, you're the one with the problem. We've seen this all year in the United States. We've seen this for many years on many issues here in Australia. But let's be very straight. This report that has been released into the alleged actions of some members of the SAS has only happened because Australia is a free country, a country that has checks and balances. Unlike China, we have a system of accountability, and one that includes public accountability. China still wants you to believe that the virus stopped in the early months of this year and virtually no one died after it. China wants you to believe that their currency is worth this and their production numbers are worth that, and they're great when it comes to climate change because they're going to get to net zero by 2060. While we are signed up to the Paris Agreement, that means we have to get some things done by 2030. They can continue to pollute all the way to 2030. Now, I am like you. I have my misgivings about the report, about the allegations, about some of the reactions to it, some of the tone that has been put out there. But China has not done innocent until proven guilty. You see, that's their system, where you are guilty until proven innocent, where every single allegation in the report is true and therefore is justifiable in their response today to their overreach today. The bloke who tweeted that image also decided to retweet what the Prime Minister said today as part of his rage and carry on, that being the Chinese diplomat. But there is an even bigger issue than the skirmishes of hurt feelings, false information and worrying words. I want to show you an example of one of the most dangerous forces that exist in global free speech right now: big tech. There is a chance you will not see this video unless you are watching it live on television. There is a chance that you will not see this video unless you are going to the Sky News website, because censorship and big tech is through the roof. Now, despite the fact that the image that has caused all the trouble today is fake, it is fake in what it depicts, it is fake in how it is constructed, and it is fake in how it has been consumed. I want you to see how Twitter censored this image today. When this image was released and is still on the internet right now, this is the warning that comes at the bottom of it. It simply says the following includes potentially sensitive content. No. It's fake. It's not real. It's a lie. But because big tech is in the big pockets of China, and they've got a wonderful little relationship back and forth where they do the bidding of China to undermine the powers of the West almost every day, the image that was fake is not blocked. It's not even seriously censored or even categorised correctly. And they have the power to do this, because this is the warning that came with a video posted by the elected President of the United States, the leader of the Western world. Manipulated media. Because while the footage was real, the little graphic at the bottom there, terrified toddler, runs from racist baby, was fake. So they have the capacity to mark something as being fake, but they chose not to do it today. They did it to the leader of the free world, but they would not do it to a spokesperson of the unfree world. What does that tell you about the game being played right now? The only reason any of us know about the worst of these allegations is because we live in a country of checks and balances, of accountability that includes all of this playing out in public. They live behind a curtain of misinformation, where 1 million people are sent to re-education camps because they believe in a God that they do not recognise in Beijing. And yet again, company after company after company sell out the values of the West in order to get on the good side of China. Now, I get it. Australia can only ever nip at the heels of a country like China. But China, if it wants to, would seek to crush nations like ours, where our sin here is not the allegation against the SAS, where our sin was demanding accountability for something that killed 1 million people, that destroyed the Western world, that eroded our freedoms, and even when we have essentially eradicated the virus here in Australia, simple things like a photo with Santa is changed, in part because of the year that we have had, the year that was only possible because of what China did, and most importantly, didn't do. And just on the issue when it comes to the SAS and those that have suggested that the citations for everyone involved in the SAS who served in Afghanistan should be removed. Well, this is something that cannot stand. And there are good people who have started a petition that I hope has hundreds of thousands of signatures by the time it is done. These blokes served Australia. One of them will talk to us on the show tonight. We need to make sure that those who are proven guilty are punished, but those who have done nothing wrong are not assumed to be guilty, that their citation stands, that the recognition of their service stands. And we're talking seriously here about matters of those who can never defend themselves. Front page of the Daily Telegraph today put it beautifully. And well done to Claire Armstrong and the team behind all of this today. Ben English, Gemma Jones, well done. All of those pictures are of men who died serving in Afghanistan. All of them have got this citation. Yet the bureaucracy that at one point in time was more worried about whether we say guys and girls before they went on to being Australian of the Year is now talking about removing a citation for people who literally did nothing wrong. Well, thankfully, a ray of hope. The Prime Minister showed why he is the 2-to-1 favourite as preferred Prime Minister right now. He made it very clear that this will be a final decision that will be made by government, and government is not going to make the wrong decision here.
The actions of a few, whether in command or those on the ground, do not reflect on the many thousands of others who serve today and who have served before.
So, I want you to go to this website. It's the Voice of a Veteran website. Now, a lot of people think that it's an American website because it's just .org, not .org.au. No, it's an Australian website, and sign the petition. I'll find out exactly where this petition is going when I talk to these blokes a little bit later in the show. But the website is Voice of a Veteran, all one word, voiceofaveteran.org.au, voiceofaveteran.org.au. If hundreds of thousands of people can sign a petition for the media company that they hate, surely there are more people who will do so to stand up for those who did nothing wrong. Go to that website tonight.